Welcome to yet another exciting edition of Sports Extraordinary Weekend Edition here on Atlantic Television Network. This weekend, it is a special weekend, especially in the city of Port Harcourt, because the NBL, that is the Nigerian Basketball Premier League, action enters into the semi-final stage for the top 8 teams that have been competing in the last few days. We'll take a look at that. And apart from basketball, the ATP Finals is on the minds of tennis faithfuls around the world. In football, African Cup of Nations ensures that some tickets have been put into the bag by some teams, especially the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They have qualified for next year's African Cup of Nations. We'll look at those who have qualified and those who have near chances of qualifying with a game left to play in the qualifying rounds. Busy weekend, I must tell you, here on Atlantic Television Network, Sports Extraordinary. When we return from the break, we'll begin to serve you with all of the details. Stay with us. Welcome back. Sports Extraordinary Weekend Edition here on Atlantic Television Network. This weekend is a weekend where Kingsley Emmanuel is ready to row.
Thank you very much for having me here. So we're very happy to be here this weekend.
Well, it's happy to be here this weekend where a lot is on the showcase. And first we start entered into its semi-final stage. Before we look at the fixtures in the semi-final stage, Kingsley, what has it been like? beginning of the season, and so by the rules they are authorized to be part of the tournament.
Yeah, by the rules, they're authorized to be part of the tournament. We're actually talking to Queen Mosep, the media director of River Supers, and she was telling us the fact that you cannot keep these players, you know, especially when the league do not run as usual. Yes, they've signed contract with the team, but in a situation whereby the league is not running, you can't keep the players. The players have to as well, you know, go elsewhere, you know, to play, not in order not to be match rusty at the end of the day. And that's why, of course, it's time for them to come back, you know, and play for the team. And they actually came back. The likes of Kevin Amayo, Peter Olisemeka as well also came back, you know, for River Supers. And I think, you know, they are traditional players for the team. They signed contract at the end of the day, so you cannot really, you know, fault them. So, but I think that has been resolved. We saw Kevin Amayo playing, of course, in their last game. Put up about 31 points, you know, in that particular encounter. Even Peter Olisemeka also had about, I think, 11 rebounds as well in that game yesterday. So
Kevin Amayo, he's such a fantastic player. I watched that game yesterday and at the weekend, and we saw a situation where he was in double figures in terms of points, 31 points. His team scored 89 points, and he scored only him scored, you know, 31 of the 89 points.
Yeah, in the first quarter, he did 14 points in the first quarter alone, you know, in that particular encounter. I tell you, it was very, very impressive out there. I think he has to leave at some points, you know, to allow the rest of his teammates, of course, to continue the game. Because I tell you, it was a whitewash against Kwara Falcons. I really pitied Kwara Falcons, you know, yesterday in that particular encounter. And that shows the stuff that you're talking about, Oga Odaudo. I think if you take a look at it, they are the best now when it has to do with basketball down here in Nigeria. I think the only team that can challenge River Supers at this point in time is Bogo City Chief. They are the ones, of course, that have also posed a little bit of an impressive performance. I will also bring in 9 University into the mix, but I'm not really seeing them having that prowess of challenging in the River Supers at this point in time. So for me, it's really been an impressive one for River Supers, especially with the inclusion of some of the new names, you know, or the players that actually came in to join them at this final 8. It's been an impressive outing, and if you take a look at it, they have what it takes at this point, you know, to be able to defend the title, you know, as it stands.
Well, let's look at the teams that have disappointed so far. You talked about Kwara Falcons and Kano Pillars. These are teams, traditional teams that ordinarily should be in the forefront, at least should be in the semi-final of the competition. What has it got to do with sponsorship? We understand even some of the teams, especially Kwara Falcons, arrived Port Harcourt just on the match day. The same thing happened to Kano Pillars, who arrived very late into the night before their first game. Why is these club sides are sponsored by the state government? Why are they not doing their best to ensuring that the welfare of the players are paramount, ensuring that they can deliver when they appear for tournaments?
Is as a result of the state of things, or like so Bogo City Chief, we've seen that there's been proper attention being paid to this team in terms of players' recruitment, the players' welfare as well. You talk about 9 University, they are young players, and as well they are also very much optimistic. Proper attention being paid to them. Take River Supers, for example. The welfare alone, even the money being promised by the state government is a high level of motivation, you know, to to make the players do wonders and do whatever they have to do on the courts to make sure that they get the title at the end of the day. So, but you take a look at other teams, they don't get this. So at the end of the day, you tend to, you do not expect that high level of performance from them. That's what we're seeing from the likes of Kwara Falcons. You talk about, you know, Kano Pillars as well. These are the reasons why these teams, they've not really done well. I must also fault the NBBF as well, because if we've seen the Nigerian Basketball League, you know, at least twice in a year, that's what probably we think of it, right? I think yesterday we saw that comeback from Kano Pillars against them.
Exactly.
But me, I think they still have that what it takes. Kano Pillars, for me, I don't really see them to pose a threat to River Supers, talking about the race for the Basketball African League ticket. 9 University, I also have my eyes on them as well, you know, heading down to this particular one. So, for me, I'm looking forward to see 9 University, Bogo City Chief, going down for this particular one. But do they have what it takes? Do they have the structure? Do they have what it takes of representing the country in the Basketball African League? That's another big question as it stands now, you know, for the likes of Bogo City Chief and 9 University. Do they have the players, or probably maybe they will get themselves more prepared, when the Basketball African League, if they eventually pick the tickets for the tournament?
Well, we don't know yet. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see. They have to get the ticket first before they know how to prepare. But it looks like River Supers have indicated their interest of getting this ticket in terms.
Management is key. It's not about the money, but if you have the money, you don't have the skill of management, then it becomes a problem. And I think that's what has been working for River Supers, so far.
Well, that's it for the Basketball Premier League Final 8 ongoing in the city of Port Harcourt. This weekend, I'm sure Niger Street will be agog. We saw historic, and of course, electric fans, are there at the Niger Street basketball court. It is carnival atmosphere, I must tell you. If you're not watching basketball in River State at this point in time, I don't know what you could be doing. But that's Kingsley. Basketball and the NBA go together. The NBA is thick and fast in the United States of America, and one man cannot stop breaking records. LeBron James, even at the age he is now, he continues to break records. Triple-double for the 4th game in a row. This is the first time he has done so in his entire career, and a time when he's winding down in his 20th year in basketball.
Impressive one, of course, for LeBron James, putting up another triple-double, of course, for himself. The 4th game in a row at this point. Impressive one. And this, the NBA Cup, forget the early 23, and now they're looking forward to see if they can defend in.
Welcome back. A Sports Extraordinary Weekend edition here on Atlantic Television Network, and we've been lighting up the weekend for you with a lot of exciting basketball story. Of course, this weekend it is semi-final stage of the Nigerian Premier Basketball League Final 8 in a bid to determine which team will be recognized, or do I say will be champions of basketball for 2024 season, and at the same time become this winner of the sole ticket of Nigeria's team going to the basketball league in Africa. Kingsley, beyond that, we know of Raymond James, of course, making records in the NBA. That, of course, everybody knows belongs to the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers often have a player this is their 3rd player who has made in games.